Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. So today I want to share with you a very popular recipe. This is a soup that is going around. It's a very hearty soup, which I absolutely love, but I want to share my version that is weight loss friendly. It's low carb, but it's just as good, just as rich, and just as delicious, okay? So I have everything kind of laid out just so that I can kind of walk you through it, especially if you want to make this with me. I'm actually just making this for my family. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and film it because I feel like this is just a great recipe. It's a great recipe for you to make at home. It's a great recipe to make when it's like cold or like you just feel like having something warm and hearty. This is the recipe, okay? So this is a low carb version of the tortellini soup. Okay, so this is something you would get at an Italian restaurant. I think they might even have it at Olive Garden, but this soup is going viral. But remember, this is going to be something that you can have even if you are on a weight loss journey, even if you are diabetic, or for those of you that cannot have pasta or really high carbs, then this is definitely something you want to try. Okay, so we're gonna start off by cooking our sausage. Now, this is just Italian sausage. You can do spicy Italian sausage, you can do turkey, chicken, you can even do a mixture of two if you want it to just be like super meaty. I would do like one Italian sausage and then do like a pound of ground chicken or a pound of turkey, and then together it'll make it a little lighter because obviously Italian sausage is a little heavier and it has like a little bit more fat and stuff like that. So you can do both and then it just makes it a lot lighter, but you get a lot more protein. And another thing you can do if you want to add a lot more protein is use bone broth instead of like chicken broth or water. So these are just little hacks that can make your meals a lot more nutritious and like nutrient dense, especially if you have like kiddos, because you know, kids at the end of the day, sometimes they don't like to eat like big amounts or they just don't like having certain foods. So this is a great way to get them to have a lot of protein, right? You get the protein from the meat, you get the protein from the bone broth, and they really enjoy it. Like this is one of those dishes that kids enjoy. It's like a crowd pleasing recipe. So we're gonna go ahead and cook our Italian sausage. Okay, so we have a little bit of oil, right? Because I don't like adding additional oil when there's a little bit of oil from like the meat. So I'm just gonna saute it with that same oil. I did a little extra onion, but I'm not gonna use it for anything else. So I'm like, might as well just dump it in. And of course, our fresh garlic. Okay, let's give that a good mix. I'm really excited about this. Once you start making this and you start smelling and it's like, oh, yeah. I mean, I get excited with food like that. Maybe, I don't know. I think most of you share that love for food with me, but if not, this is something you can make your family or friends that love food, okay? Because it's like super flavorful. It's just one of those recipes. You want to have this recipe in your back pocket, okay? So the sausage will continue to cook so that you don't have to worry about it because we are going to add liquids. It's going to boil, like all of that will cook through. Okay, so this is pretty much cooked through. Look at this. This looks beautiful. The colors starting to get a little bit of browning on that sausage. So that right there looks perfect. So now instead of pasta, right, where you would do the tortellini noodles, I'm going to use some zucchini and some cauliflower. Okay, so this is how we are keeping it low carb. Okay, this is how it's also diabetic friendly. It is also weight loss friendly. And if you are starting off your weight loss journey, you're stuck, you hit a plateau, you're not seeing that scale move, I have my weight loss guide that I will leave linked in the description below. Make sure you pick that up. I walk you step by step what to eat, when to eat, snacks, desserts, recipes like this, casseroles. Like there's just so much in there that can be super helpful. So whether it's for you or for someone in your family, make sure you share that with them because it could be super helpful, okay? So like this soup here is one that is traditionally super high in carbs. This is something that you would not be having if you're on a weight loss journey, but I teach you how to make it low carb where you can have it anytime. Even once you reach your weight loss goals, this is something that you would make while you're still maintaining your weight, because that's like the lifelong journey, is like the maintenance journey, right? Your maintenance phase. It's just really important to always keep that in mind. Okay, so we have that. So traditionally you would already have your noodles in here, right? So we have our noodle substitute, we have our sausage, our onion, our garlic, everything's looking really good. Now we are gonna throw in our broth. Now I'm just using some chicken broth. It's what I have on hand now. If you have bone broth is amazing because it's great for your gut. Guys, remember your gut health is so important, not only for a weight loss journey, but it's super, super important just for your overall health. 70% of our immune system lives in our gut. So if you're having issues with your digestion, if you're having issues with your skin, hair, if you get bloated after you eat, inflammation, all of that stems from your gut. So you wanna make sure that you are trying to do what you can for your gut health, your overall gut health. That is like, I would say if you're like, okay, Myra, like what can I do today? Like what can I do to like, just like as a starting point? I would say one of the most important things is like seed oils. Seed oils are something, you hear me talk about it all the time. Seed oils are something that you want to make sure you cut out of your diet. Switching from canola, corn oil, vegetable oil, grapeseed oil, all of those oils, switching over to avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil, even beef fat. I mean, even animal fat. So like beef tallow, duck fat, all of those are all good for your gut. Okay, that is one starting point. I always tell people, like, if you could at least do that, that's gonna make a huge difference in your overall gut health. Secondly, sugar, right? Processed sugar is so bad. I mean, there's just so much, but it's just something that if you can avoid that, switch over to something more natural. Some people do honey, maple, stevia, monk fruit, allulose. These are all things that you can make those switches that are going to make a big, big difference. Another thing is like the processed foods around us, right? You want to make sure that you try to limit your processed food as much as possible. Trust me, I'm not perfect. Like your girl is out there having treats here and there, but for the most part, I try to stay on track. Another thing is a high quality probiotic and prebiotic. That is going to make a world of a difference. You just have to stay consistent. The ones that I take are the ones from Seed. It's the DS01. It's a symbiotic. It has both a probiotic and a prebiotic in one. So in the capsule, it actually has a capsule within the capsule. And that, I am telling you guys, I've been taking it now for about 3 going on 4 years. It has literally changed my life. I can now have dairy again. So at one point I couldn't even have dairy. I couldn't have cheese. I couldn't have milk. I couldn't have yogurt, sour cream, none of that, right? Because my gut was just so messed up. I stay away from gluten just because I personally feel like it makes me feel bloated. It makes me feel heavy. I don't like the way it makes me feel. But before, it used to actually make me sick. So now that I've healed my gut, I can have a lot more of things that like at one point were just an absolute no, non-negotiable. So if you don't have a high quality probiotic and prebiotic, I will leave my discount code linked in the description below and take advantage of that discount. I'm telling you, it has made a world of a difference for me. And if you're someone that is really, really trying to work on your gut, then that's something that will be really, really beneficial. So those are the things that I would personally say have made a huge, huge difference for me over the last 4 years. But trust me, it's a process. Like I had to make those conscious decisions and choices of not having my favorite popcorn, but switching over to an alternative that is made with coconut oil. But now I don't feel bloated. I don't feel gassy. I don't feel, you know what I mean? Like my digestion's a lot better. So it's just like those things that you will start to notice. So it makes it all worth it. You know what I mean? So here we are moving on, because I'll just sit here and talk to you guys. Like I will sit here and talk to you guys about all of this for hours. So, okay. So we have all of our stuff in, we have our broth. I have a little extra just in case we need it. So now what we're going to do is add in our milk. Now, again, we're doing a lighter version. So typically it is made with like a heavy cream. So what I'm gonna do is like a half and half, which is half cream, half milk, right? And it's still gonna be creamy. It's gonna be so delicious, I promise you. Again, if you wanna make it with cream, make it with cream. This is just like a lighter version, okay? So we're gonna do that. Okay, and you will see how it is nice and creamy. Okay, it does not look like, you know, sometimes you see something and you're like, okay, that does not look creamy at all. This looks nice and creamy. And we're still gonna add in parm, and we're gonna add in mozzarella, and we'll add in our spinach. And guys, it's gonna be so delicious. I'm so excited for you to actually try this recipe, just because I feel like it's so easy and it's just so satisfying, you know? It's a great dinner option. You can serve this with, so I would do this with like a gluten-free little breadstick. You can make like some cheesy bread. You can do it with like a really high quality sourdough if you're not trying to, if you know, carb carbs are not what you're trying to stay away from. But if not, you can do like a low carb, you can do, make like a low carb version of a cheesy bread, and something like that with this is like so good. We are almost done. We are almost done. If I wasn't yapping away, we would have already been done with this. And of course, because I was talking, I totally forgot to do our salt and pepper. Okay, I'm even gonna do a little bit of chili flakes because I love a little kick, just a little, not too much. Okay, but look at this. You can see the creaminess, right? Like there is nothing that does not look creamy about this soup. Do you see that? I do have fresh parm. So I usually like to get the block because I think it just has a much better taste. Okay, so we're gonna toss in our parm. I might save a little. And then we also have little mozz. Okay. And this is just gonna add to the experience. I'm all about like having an experience when you eat. So this right here is that dish. Like you have a little bit of everything. And guys, that's pretty much it. Like that is how easy it is to make this tortellini soup. What's just cool about this is that you get all the protein, you get all the flavor, but you don't get the carbs. You're not gonna get that food coma. You're not gonna feel bloated after you eat, but the experience is still gonna be just as good, if not better. You know what I mean? So that's what I love about these recipes, right? That you still get to enjoy life. Because at the end of the day, like for me, like food is life, right? Yeah, I mean, something like this, like I'm gonna get to sit down and enjoy it and like feel good about myself after. So that's where I feel like it's a win-win. Let me know if you guys like these recipes where I'm just kind of like, I'm already gonna cook for my family. So I just decided to share it with you because these are things that we actually like, you know? And I feel like they're great just to have in rotation. Like they're great for you to just have, so you guys aren't eating the same thing over and over and over, and so that you understand that this lifestyle is totally sustainable if you just know the options that are available to you. You know what I mean? I think like that's where that mind shift actually happens, and where you're like, wait a minute, like I can actually live a low carb lifestyle like this. You know me, I've been doing it for over 15 years, and yeah, it's just, I feel like for me, I couldn't do it any other way. I couldn't have like these super, super heavy meals every day and feel, yeah, I just don't feel good, you know? So anyway, enough talking. I'm going to wait for this to be done. I'm going to serve it so you can see how it looks. And then I can't wait to hear what you think. I hope you make it, come back, comment down below and let me know what you think, okay? So I added a little bit of fresh basil, just a tiny bit. And now we are gonna go in with our spinach. So this is pretty much at the end. Just add in your espinaca, okay? You can do like a whole bag if you want, because spinach is just has good vitamins and it just adds to the soup in my opinion. And that is it. This is dinner, okay? This is how the soup looks. I am telling you, the taste of this is something that's addicting. Like this is one of those soups that you are gonna want to have on rotation. You're gonna be like, OMG, I'm craving the tortellini soup. It's very easy, very nutritious, high in protein. Remember, protein is so, so important. So this kind of checks off all those boxes. I feel like it's also just that time of the year where you wanna have like a big pot of soup, you know, then you can have some for dinner, next day for lunch. If you work, you know, you go to work, pack some for lunch for your husband, your kids, okay? And I know I say that about a lot of recipes, but it's true. And this one is probably at the top of those recipes, okay? So just so you understand, like when it comes to the taste and the like flavor profile, this is a creamy soup. It's nice and cheesy and decadent. It's creamy. It just hits all those spots. But remember, we made it much lighter. So this is a much lighter version. And if you still want to add more to the protein, you can mix that sausage in with lean turkey or the chicken, and then it just gives you that much more meat. So it's a little bit more meaty. You know what I mean? But overall, this is it. I'm gonna go ahead and serve it, and we're gonna do that taste test. Okay, and there's only one thing left to do, and that is to get the perfect bite. I want a little bit of everything. Veggies, some sausage. Ooh, that's a good bite. Cheers. My God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The fact that this is a lighter version, I cannot handle it. lighter version. Isn't gonna make me feel bloated. Isn't gonna give me that food coma. You could literally have this for lunch and you're gonna be just fine. A lot of times when you have like a pasta for lunch, you're gonna get so tired after because it just takes your body so much energy to actually digest it. It's hard for me to say it, but I have to say this is probably one of my favorite soups like ever. Ever, okay? You know, I am like a soup queen. Like I make a lot of soups. This is one of the most flavorful. It has like the perfect balance. It has the creaminess, has a little kick. Obviously I added the chili flakes. You have the veggies, which I love vegetables. If you're a veggie lover, I would even add more. I would add more meat and more veggies just to make it like even heartier. But the way it is like the perfect soup. It's crazy. I mean, I would literally call this like the perfect soup. So if you have ever tried a tortellini soup, you have to try this so that you can compare and let me know your honest opinion. Like I am not afraid of that. I want you to try it and judge it because this is one of those soups. That's all I can say. It's one of those soups. Make it for a party, make it for your family. You can literally make a huge batch of this and people are going to ask you for the recipe. And you can say it's yours. Or send them over to me and have them, you know, have them come over and check out all the rest of my recipes. But guys, I'm telling you, if you trust me, this is one to make. Okay, so it's gonna be in the description below. Guys, if you like this video, if you like this idea, if you like cooking dinner with me, show me some love. Go hit that like button, comment, let me know what you think about this. And please share this with your friends and family, whether they're living a low carb lifestyle or maybe they're also trying to start their weight loss journey. Share this with them, share my weight loss guide with them. You never know, things like that could be super, super helpful for them. But thank you so much for being here. I love you and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah. Oh my gosh, so bomb.